Hey girls and guys and girls. So I've been sitting here and it came through my mind about the story about Scrooge, right? Hopefully you've watched it. I think probably everybody's watched it at some point, or at least a story that was based off of Scrooge, and how he wasn't particularly the nicest person, and he was all about himself and didn't want to really share with anybody and just was take, right? And it had me thinking about the ghost that came to see him and show him his life and how things would have ended up if he was to continue the way that he was going on, right? And it had me thinking about our ancestors, because it's been something that's been on my mind of late, and the things that our ancestors have done, and they did pave a way, but they also made mistakes also, and how we are paying for them now in this life that we have. And I wrote some notes down, so I'm just going to go through them and hopefully you get where I'm coming from. And yeah, we'll see like what we can touch upon afterwards, after I finished reading them, sorry. So I'm going to get started. Okay, so oh, sorry guys. We are haunted by the ghosts of our ancestors. Did you hear that? I want you to say it again. Not your ancestors, their ghosts, the spirits, the entities, and other things that troubled them and kept them bound. These ghosts, these covenants, these bonds, these chains and oaths made century upon century ago, that would claim hold of their children's children's children, aka you. So sometimes, do you feel like you are just like someone in your family and it's not particularly what you want out of life? Without making it seem like you are judging, but you just know that this shall not be your portion. Well, that's the key right there. It ends with you. You've realized it. You want to break free of the family line ghosts and ancestors past. But they cling, don't they? They feed off of your weakness and your addictions and make you stay stagnant through fear. Well, it's time to bust free from the bondage and rebuke all of their chains, oaths, and agreements. Your life is yours, isn't it? And only one person dictates how your life will be. You and God alone walk this path and tackle all obstacles therein. If it is not helping you, it is hindering you. If you are going around in circles, it is distracting you from moving forward and from acquiring your purpose. Why are you allowing these entities to hold you back? What is it that you feel you lack? Why do you allow that voice in your head to tell you that you are not good enough, that you do not have what it takes, that you do not have the resources, etc.? Stop. You have everything you need within and outside of you. You have been equipped before the foundations of your destiny would come to pass. You were gifted from birth. It's the world that makes you think twice. It's the envy that makes you stumble and fall. It's the lust that keeps you bound to things and people you know you should have let go a long time ago. But your flesh, your addiction to sin, because that's what we do. We sin and call it normal, and then wonder why we stay stagnant and unhappy. Now, I've had to break the bonds of sexual immorality. I've had to break the bonds of masturbation. I've had to break the bonds of idolatry and a love of silver and gold. I've had to humble myself in front of God, and I came to Him as I was. And even though He chastened me sore, Psalms 118, verse 18, He will not allow for evil to devour me and claim my destiny. Why are we not fighting for our place in the kingdom? Is our life just a joke? Is it merely about drinking, partying, getting high and having sexual relations? with no drive and no destination ahead, just living in the moment until the moment dries up like the desert. And then you have no sustenance, no water to quench your thirst of the dry place that they left you in. You are currently the life of the party, right? Yeah. Until the party is over, and then what? Have we thought about the consequences of our soul and not our outer? Do you know what you are within begins to show without? Without your permission, without warning, without a care in the world, but showing the true devastation that you've done to your soul, and it will be written all over your face. Next one. Sorry, guys. Admit it. Something's changed about you recently that you do not like. You looked in the mirror today and all of a sudden you had bags under your eyes. Your hair just won't do what it's supposed to do. And the first thing you can think is, why now? I have to meet people. I need to go to work. I've got to go out. How am I going to do this like this? And then this becomes your constant reality until you've become accustomed to it. Meanwhile, if you just take the time to be still for a moment and ask God where you need help. What do I need to change? Am I drinking too much? Am I being a little too free with myself? Am I smoking too much? Help me discern, Father God. Help me make the right choices before I create my own destruction. Many of us are ticking time bombs and we don't even know it. It's not until you hear the doctor say your blood pressure, or your liver, your kidney, that people begin to take notice. But then, what if all those ailments could be demolished simply by working on the within? Have you ever thought about that? Or do you just think that you are still fighting against flesh upon flesh? Like, hi, my name is Spirit, and right now I am clogged up and weighed down with all kinds of tar and debris that has been gathered without you realizing. Look at me, how you look at you every day in the mirror. I'm screaming for you to cleanse me. Now, that just came to me like so oftentimes we are so caught up with what our outer appearance looks like, and we neglect the soul, the spirit that we have within us. And it's not until you start to feel bogged down with all kinds of emotions like anxiety and depression, sadness, and all of those things that you actually realize that you do have a soul and a spirit and you are being affected. But when you're happy, you go out and just cause more destruction and not give thanks that, your spirit feels clear and you can just be who you're supposed to be without feeling like you have a world of things on your shoulder. And a lot of people just don't yield to the fact that, okay, we live in a fast-paced world, but sometimes we just need to slow down. We just need to slow down sometimes because we're burning ourselves out. And I ask this question on a regular basis, like, where are you running to? Where are you running to? Why is everybody in a hurry to get to wherever it is? And then once they get there, they're not truly satisfied. So they'll keep on going, but they're just going really fast and just causing for like all kinds of different things to come into their way that probably could have been avoided if they had taken their time to just relax and possibly choose a different route or choose something different for themselves. But they chose to rush into things and not ask, like, Father God, please, if this isn't right for me, show me it's not right for me in some way. Give me a sign about it so that I can not put myself through these things and then cause myself even more problems. Like, if it's a job that you're going for, like, if this job isn't for me, Father God, you won't allow me to take this job. If it's not of you, I don't want it, basically. Like, and just saying what it is that you want. Like, don't be afraid to ask. They say if you do not ask, you shall not get. And He is the only person who is worthy of asking, because I'm not about to put my faith in humans. Humans let you down. They fail you on a regular basis. And if you're soft enough, then you will take that in a harsh way. But it's the truth. Humans will fail you. Your own mother, your own father will fail you. We are all only human. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. So ciao.